You. What's up, y'all? Tell like it is TV, man. Let's talk about it, y'all. So first of all, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to donate, the links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button is, that's right, y'all. The like button is free. All right, y'all. So, I know I ain't been doing no videos in a little while. Last video I did was pretty much the Diddy, the Kid Cudi uh, P Diddy trial, all that, his testimony. Come to find out, Diddy was not guilty, like I kind of figured was going to happen, and all the slander and everything that people put on this man's name and allegations that did not show up in that case. Only thing Diddy pretty much was found guilty of is pretty much, paying escorts. I guess that's what the nigga would. But like I said, it's just crazy because you got only fan models and like I just don't get it. You got collaborators. I just don't get it. It is what it is. But anyway, so Diddy found out guilty of the major crimes that they had him, down for, and everybody and their mama swore up and down this man was going to jail for the rest of his life. So I figured that was going to be the case. That Diddy was going to end up getting out based on the testimonies. Okay. Um, and like I said, I've been just having my energy focused. I told y'all, and I from the beginning of the year, you know what I'm saying. 2025 is all about pretty much trying to protect your energy as much as you can. Don't get caught up in all out of these distractions that's going on out here. So, but we're gonna get back at it. We're gonna get back to getting to these videos, starting off with this Umar Johnson video. You know what I'm saying? So for the subscribers and for the people that fuck with your boy, I apologize for not putting out content and shit like that. It is what it is. I just been dealing with other things, and these things have my focus, and getting a lot of great things coming on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of great things been happening for the boys. So, it is what it is. But anyway, let's get to business, man. Let's stand on the business at the end of the day. So we're gonna talk about Umar Johnson. Umar Johnson talk about his goddamn bank account got goddamn frozen, and at the end of the day, he want folks to donate more money to him. You know what I'm saying? Donate more money to his ass. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, though, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. So anyway, fair act use, fair act use, fair act use. Let's get it.
We're going to keep you a few minutes. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. I logged into my account just to check my balance because I haven't done so since I left for South Africa back on July 10th. Only to discover that I could not log into my account. I could not log into my account. Never sue the other driver after a car accident.
Oh, I
There's a
apologize
better
about
way to
this.
get
Hold
paid
on,
a
hold
way
on, hold
bigger
on, hold on.
check without having to go to court.
All right.
My account. So then I called the bank to find out what was going on. And the bank told me to enter my 16-digit card number. I did that. They told me they had no record of my account. They had no record of my account. The bank that I've been with since I was a teenager told me they had no record of my account.
Now, to me, that shit just sounds wild. Now, either Umar Johnson is capping, or the government could be after this nigga at the end of the day. It is what it is. They could be tired of this nigga making money, and not only that, um, you have a lot of people that's been coming out here claiming that Umar done robbed them, done did this, and lawyers been being put on people from Umar's team and things like that. And maybe some of these people could be out here, calling the bank saying that this man is frauding and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially a lot of people who've donated money for the school. And this is one thing I want to tell y'all real quick too. As much as people go on about Marcus Garvey and all this or other stuff, y'all got to remember Marcus Garvey was trying to do the same shit that Umar was doing. And, he pretty much was trying to lead people to go back to Africa and all this or other shit, right? Well, go to Africa or whatever, right? And come to find out, Marcus Garvey pretty much scammed the people and took his ass to London. He didn't even go. He didn't even go to Africa. His ass went to London. So you look into the Marcus Garvey story, and he's somebody who's claiming to be a descendant of Marcus Garvey, or I think it was maybe he's calling the school, yeah, FMG. I think it's some shit like that, Marcus Garvey or whatever. Y'all got to remember what Marcus Garvey did. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We got to tell it like it is. Fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? So Umar with this school, bruh, man, it's been years now, bruh. You know what I'm saying? School ain't open. Like, what's really going on? You know what I'm saying? At some point in time, you got to start looking at this shit like, this nigga is scamming. You know what I'm saying? And for the people that was on point about that shit from the beginning, from the jump street, these people were labeled to be haters. I know I done cooked a few of them niggas. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, when you mature and you just sit back and watch things, you like, damn, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I kind of defended your ass, nigga. Where this school at, fam? You know what I'm saying? So if the bank is locking his shit out, people probably calling, they like, this nigga frauding. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But anyway.
So then I called the bank, and the bank told me that my personal account, as well as the independent Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy account, have both been frozen. Both bank accounts have been frozen. Both bank accounts have been frozen. And I was told that there is an investigation into my personal account as well as the school account. I asked them, was this due to suspicion of any fraud on my part? I was told that it was not due to suspicion of any fraud on my part, but I was told that it was due to suspicion of fraudulent activity. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account.
All right, now I did see a video. I want to say this was like a couple days ago, maybe like 4 days ago now, right? And there was this woman that I guess Umar did business with. She was like an actor. She was like has to do something with like being a director or something like that with movies and things. And she claimed how Umar scammed her out of some bread and then tried to sue her. They were supposed to be making a movie about Dr. Umar, and the woman was very passionate about that shit. I ain't gonna sit up and hold you. Now, whose side to believe, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But, they exposed the text messages, all type of shit. And she was kind of cool up until the point she started talking about that money. You know what I'm saying? When she started talking about that money at the end of the day, her ass went from 0 to 100, nigga, real quick. Shout out to Drizzy. You know what I'm saying? She definitely went from 0 to 100 when it started talking about that bread at the end of the day. So, it is what it is, and how Umar tried to financially destroy this woman at the end of the day. So she was very passionate about that, and she swore up and down she gonna find a way to get her money back. So me personally, with this nigga coming out, after I seen that video, and then this shit blew up on the internet about Dr. Umar account being frozen. I immediately thought about that woman. That's immediately who I thought of. Like, oh shit, maybe that woman was calling the banks trying to get her bread back. You know what I'm saying? Because she said she gonna get her bread back by any means. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know how women can be. You know what I'm saying? So when they want that, when they want something, they gonna go get it. Yeah, they gonna try. They gonna die trying. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. So it is, especially about some bread. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But anyway, let me keep going.
I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account in the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access into my personal account and the FDMG account.
I hate when this nigga does that. All right, bro, we heard you the first time, bro, man. Know what I'm saying? Spit it out, nigga. Know what I'm saying? Like a motherfucker be stuttering and shit. You be sitting there waiting for him to spit it out. Nigga, spit it out. Nigga, calm down, nigga.
Brothers and sisters, if you have sent a donation to FDMG, let's give it until the end of the month to see if this gets cleared up. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. If you have sent a check or money order donation to FDMG, let's wait until August the 1st, Black August, and see if this situation has gotten cleared up. They told me they sent me a letter to this point on July the 10th, the day that I left for South Africa. I was told that the timeline of suspicious activity was June 25th to July the 10th. I was told that the timeline for suspicious activity was between June 25th, that's when Medea went public. That's when Medea went public. Everybody knows.
Now, Medea, I guess this is some other chick too. I did see that video as well. This is some chick Umar was creeping with, he was clapping the cheeks, right? Per se, right? So he was clapping the cheeks on this big girl or whatever the case may be. That's that man personal business. It is what it is. But ever since that point, like I said, Umar got a lot of shit going on with his situation. A lot of, what I'm starting to notice though, which kind of crazy is that a lot of these brothers are really going through a lot of shit. Like even when I'm gonna talk about the Shannon Sharp situation too, it's dealing with these women. You know what I'm saying? It's getting kind of crazy and out of hand. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas need to go ahead and if y'all listen, let me just say this real quick. If y'all niggas find y'all a good woman at the end of the day, y'all need to go ahead and just settle it down because a lot of brothers that's coming up, things like that, stumbling into money and things. Y'all out here trying to deal with these women and shit like that. A lot of these women looking for a come up for real, for real. You know what I mean? So y'all gonna mess around and get yourself caught up in a jam dealing with some of these women at the end of the day. So if you find yourself a good woman, man, go ahead and settle your ass down, man, because ain't shit out here but scamming, a goddamn conniving, a goddamn thirst trapping. The fact. Hold on, listen. I gotta talk about this, even though I'm doing a video about the Shannon Sharp shit, bro. This nigga paid Shannon Sharp is the greatest sucker of all time, bro. I mean, this nigga's the greatest sucker of all time. There's no way in hell I would have paid no woman 50 million dollars. That's fucking ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Um, it is what it is. But anyway,
Who Medea is. July 25th, that's when Medea went public. July the 10th, that's when I left for South Africa. July the 10th, that's when I left for South Africa. So y'all know my I believe Medea and Pastor Bussy were fraudulently trying to get into my account. And if we find out that's the case, they will be sued and possibly arrested because fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Fraudulent activity on a bank account is federal offense. Fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Again, June 25th to July 10th is the period of suspicious activity. That is from the time Medea went public and I left for South Africa. Between the time Medea went public and I went for South Africa. So brothers and sisters, if you want to make a donation to FDMG, you must send it to PayPal. Hold off on the checks and money orders until the situation is resolved. Hold off on all FDMG Academy money order and check donations until the situation is resolved.
now, like I said, at the end of the day, to say what's going on with this school at the end of the day, it's like, brother, at some point in time, brother, you gonna have to motherfucking show some goddamn works, bruh. Like, you're taking people money and doing what with it? I mean, like, at some point in time, like, motherfucker gotta sit back and be like, all right, bro, where's the update? Like, I see the nigga doing interviews and talking about this and talking about that. Brother, where's the school at, brother? You know what I'm saying? Like, brother, I think it's at least been like damn near 10 years, if I'm at least close to 10 years. Like, bro, it don't take that goddamn long for no goddamn donate. To you know build no goddamn school, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you want the school because at one point in time I used to think like, all right, maybe the government is stopping this nigga and shit like that, and maybe that could have been some of the case, but at some point in time you gotta be like, all right, bro, you either gonna just come out with it or you just gonna cancel the whole thing at the end of the day. You know what I mean? If people want to donate to you, they gonna donate to you regardless. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that the brother don't be out here talking about real shit, people gonna fuck with you because they gonna fuck with you. People gonna fuck with you regardless, but you ain't gotta be keeping this dream, keeping this hope alive that you're not producing on it. You know what I'm saying? So you're keeping this, you're playing the Obama game. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we want hope and change for our communities, and then you go in there, you get in the White House, and the bitch ass nigga don't do nothing for our people at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, and then got the audacity to want to be wagging his finger and shit like that at ancient Americans and shit, talking about why we ain't supporting the Democrat Party and shit. Nigga, bitch ass nigga, cause you're one of the main culprits why niggas ain't fucking. All right. We back. My bad. So I don't know this app. I think it's the app, and I don't think I've been blaming the phones and shit like that. It is what it is. I think it's this app that be doing that shit sometimes. So if it's a little choppy and shit when y'all see this video, the goddamn app went out on me. But anyway, so let's get back to Umar talking about this stuff. So like I said, let's get into it.
Right? PayPal.me/FDMG Academy.
So now he want niggas to send them send them donations through the goddamn. Hold on, let me wind this a little bit and shit.
And I went for South Africa. So brothers and sisters, if you want to make a donation to FDMG, you must send it to PayPal. Hold off on the checks and money orders until the situation is resolved. Hold off on all FDMG Academy money order and check donations until the situation is resolved. If you want to make a donation to FDMG, send it through PayPal. Right? PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy.
All right, brother.
If you want to make a donation to the school, hold off on checks and money orders until we find out what the hell is going on. The bank is investigating the fraudulent attempts on our account. If I find out Medea and Pastor Bussy had anything to do with this, I was told that they can be arrested for federal offense. I was told they can be arrested for federal offense. I was told they can be arrested for federal offense.
All right.
Now, with that being said, brothers and sisters, Dr. Umar has access to no money right now because my personal account contains all of my money.
Now listen. At the end of the day, like I said, I'm not laughing at this situation because anybody can find themselves. Like for instance, I ain't gonna sit up and hold you. So one day, this shit actually happened to me. So one day I'm I'm going to like CVS. I think I was going to CVS or something. I went and grabbed some shit or whatever the case may be, like some soaps and toothpaste, things like that. It was just some small shit I was going in there to grab. I went to swipe my card. Shit wasn't working. I'm like, yo, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? I'm all in line and shit. I'm shamed at this point. I'm like, damn, my shit not working. This shit, what the fuck going on? So I'm like, damn, I'm low key embarrassed about this shit, right? So I go to fucking I'm like, yo, I go to the ATM. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So shit was just crazy. So anyway, I had to call the fucking bank, find out what was going on. And pretty much the IRS pretty much seized my fucking account. You know what I'm saying? They put a levy on my goddamn account. So that shit, like, I had access to $0. You know what I mean? And, it was what it was. So I had access to literally no fucking money for pretty much the night. You know what I mean? So I understand how those kind of situations could be fucked up. So that ain't no laughing matter. I ain't laughing at the brother for that though. But it's just kind of funny though, because it's like, brother, where is school at, brother? You know what I'm saying? We still waiting for the school to be built. You know what I mean? And this is what happens when you out here playing games and shit, lollygagging, not standing on the business at the end of the day, and you get in a situation like this. It's just kind of, it's just fucked up. But it makes it look weird because it's like, bro, you getting all this money from the school for the school, bro. How the fuck you mean you ain't got no money and you want niggas to donate more money to you? You know what I'm saying? For some personal shit, nigga. Like, damn, nigga, you ain't got no business in order, nigga. A credit card, nigga, no cash in your pocket, nothing. Know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? I mean, at least in my situation, like I said, I'm not saying I'm Dr. Umar Johnson or I'm better than Dr. Umar Johnson or anything like that, but I mean, goddamn, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, nigga, you ain't got no lectures or nothing going on, no goddamn tours or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, nigga? You know what I mean? But anyway.
Send it to Apple Pay and PayPal as necessary. So the Prince of Pan-Africanism, for the first time in my life, is without any digital currency. So for my loyal supporters out there, if you can spare a few dollars so I can take care of Queen Mother Ifa Tunde and myself until my bank account is frozen or canceled so I can get my money back and open up a new account.
All right. Man, my bad with these ads, man. These
Fancy
ads.
Financy Pants by Credit Karma are what's trending.
They
No
getting
cap.
greedy with
Zero
these
caps
ads,
here,
bro.
Stephen.
New account, please hit my Apple Pay or hit my PayPal.
All right, so the brother wants y'all to get out there and pretty much the brother wants y'all to get out there and donate that brother some money at the end of the day, so he can get some food for him and his mom and shit, man. I mean, like I said, bro, at some point in time, you know, fool me once, shame on me. You know what I'm saying? Or what they say, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not sitting up here trying to count the brother money. If y'all still want to donate to the brother, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're donating, letting it be known, okay, brother, we see you out here with these videos and these lectures and shit. You know, you really, you know, teaching and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm not telling y'all not to donate the nigga no money. But what I'm saying is that, nigga, where this school at? You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm asking at. Like, nigga, you got to a point where your account's getting frozen and shit. Auspicious activity because you out here world touring, dealing with these broads and shit like that, bro. And you're pillow talking and shit like that, and you're letting these women know all your business. You're letting them know all your information and shit like that. And they see that, you know, according to these women now, like I said, women can just be saying shit, over exaggerating things. I definitely can understand that. You know what I'm saying? But you're letting them know so much personal information and shit like that, brother, that they're able to get out here and let people know, like, oh, this nigga he frauding the people. He ain't out here doing shit for that school. You know what I'm saying? He has no plans for the school. He just running this shit and getting people money and doing whatever it is that he want to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point in time, you could be like, oh, the broad's just lying on him. The broad's just lying on him. Okay, you know, that's cool for a little while, but after a while, you like, all right, brother, where the school at, though? You know what I'm saying? You know, where the school at? You know what I'm saying? You out here preaching to the choir and playing a goddamn, you know, oh, brothers can't be out here dealing with the snow bunny, you know what I'm saying? Shannon Sharp get caught in this situation, you out here, oh, he out here playing in the snow, dealing with the snow bunny and shit like that. So, you know, you policing the ancient American men and shit about who they need to be dealing with and this, that, and the third, brother, but you out here scamming the queen mother goddess and all that, right? According to this nigga, you know what I'm saying? You out here scamming all these queen mother goddesses and shit like that. But so, brother, you're being fraudish, brother. You know what I'm saying? You're being really fraudish at the end of the day. How you gonna tell brothers not to be dealing with this and not dealing with that, but you scamming the queen mother goddess, fam? You know what I'm saying? Come on, brother. You're gonna have to produce this school, brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck if the school is janky as fuck. As long as you get the shit done, brother, you gotta get it done. You know what I'm saying? You have to get it done at this point because motherfuckers ain't trying to hear that shit about, oh, I need y'all niggas to donate. I ain't got no money. See, I ain't got no money. I can't do nothing. I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers ain't trying to hear that shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's at least the men. I don't know. The women gonna do what the women gonna do. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Women gonna do what women want to do. And some of these niggas is actually still going to support this nigga. I'm pretty sure some of y'all niggas, if y'all see this video, y'all probably still sent the brother a Cash App. Y'all send the nigga a Apple Pay. Nah, our brother Umar, man. Nah, man, he be really kicking that game, man. I ain't gonna sit up and hold you. There's some things I do really agree with Dr. Umar, but there's a lot of shit that I'll be like, all right, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where I detour this way, you know what I'm saying? Because I believe you on some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. But anyway, let's let the brother keep going.
Personal PayPal account is Umar the Psychologist at yahoo.com. So that's paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist. PayPal.me/Umar the Psychologist.
And let me say this real quick. The Medea chick, that's the big girl I guess he was talking about, right? That he was dealing with. Um, at the end of the day, what I would say about that situation, she did bring up something that was very weird, though. Um, when you're dealing with certain things and certain like entities and shit like that, she talked about him being in the room and kind of just like raging out. You know what I'm saying? This is what happened when you start tapping into certain realms and shit like that. You know what I mean? And you know, brothers got to be careful, man, and that's why you got to be careful who you following. You got to be careful who you dealing with, because you don't know what people are really into for real. You know what I'm saying? And she talked about him just kind of like raging out and shit like that, like sitting in the crib, like I guess he went to her house. This was according to her. You know what I'm saying? He goes to her house, and he's in the room. The woman thought that this nigga was about to get up and start beating the brakes off her ass. You know what I'm saying? And so Umar might be dealing with some root work or some kind of spiritual shit that nigga dealing with. And he might got demons on him. I'm gonna keep it a dollar bean. You know what I'm saying? When you start tapping into certain shit like that, motherfuckers be playing with these demons and shit like that, bro. That shit be real. You know what I'm saying? And I could definitely attest to that because, like I said, it was a real quote that I heard after Will Smith slapped fire out of Chris Rock like he should have. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, all y'all niggas is running around here acting like, oh man, Will Smith, man, he a whole ass nigga for that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, Will Smith was standing on business for his broad. Whether you niggas agree with the activities of that man wife at the end of the day, that's still that man wife at the end of the day. So I respect it. But anyway, Denzel Washington told Will Smith that the devil won't come for you. When you getting ready to reach your highest point, and I could definitely attest to that because anytime that I was getting ready to stumble into something or I was getting ready to have some kind of achievement or anything like that, it was always some weird shit that was going on right up until that point. You know what I mean? Always just like it was, it just made you like that day. It just made you feel, everything was just going wrong. Everything, you know what I'm saying? People just looking at you crazy. People just trying you. People just all type of shit be happening. You know what I'm saying? And so I definitely can attest to that. So, but with Dr. Umar, so the spirituality and all that shit is a real thing. And a lot of you niggas is running around here dabbling in that shit. And y'all gonna get yourself fucked up at the end of the day. I'm gonna just keep it a dollar bean with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Over here, we don't deal with that. We deal with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? We don't get into all the crystals and goddamn witchcraft and all that. We don't do all that. You know what I'm saying? We believe in the Most High, and that's what it is. And we stand on business about that shit. And you try playing with me about the Most you try playing with the Most High Son at the end of the day, your ass gonna get cooked fucking with me. I'm gonna tell you right now. You're getting cooked. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. You know what I mean? I watch a lot of people get cooked. And it is what it is. But anyway.
PayPal.me/UMARTHEPSYCHOLOGIST. PayPal.me/Umar the Psychologist. Or hit my Apple Pay using my cell number 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. I've never asked the people for $1. I have never asked the people for $1 in.
Sir, now you're lying. Now you're literally sitting up here lying, bro. If you're asking for donations, you've been asking for money for 10 years, nigga. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, how could you get up here and say, yo, I've never asked the people for money? Like, yes, you have, nigga. You've been asking people for money for 10 years. Make a donation here. Make a donation here. Make a donation here for the FMG Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. For the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. For the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. Nigga, you've been doing it for 10 years, bro. What are you talking about? You've never asked the people for money. And this is the problem I be having with this shit. Like, bro, all right. Like I said, at some point in time, you gotta, realize when a motherfucker on some bullshit, dog. You know what I mean? Straight up and down. You know, it's all good if the brother just out here. Like I said, I wish Umar would just come out and be like, yo, the school not gonna get done. You know what I'm saying? And even if the nigga got a, and this is what I respect about Tariq, right? When niggas was getting on Tariq Helmet about the goddamn, they was getting on Tariq Helmet about the museum. But see, Tariq got the museum done. Now, whether was it to the liking of, you know, this big thing or whatever the case may be, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? But when I did the video about that, I'm like, brother, look, bro, you might as well just come out and just be like, hey, this is what it is, da 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 da. Tariq actually did that, and people, now you can get over that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Some people gonna be a little upset. Oh, this nigga da 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 da. But eventually, people gonna get over that. You know what I'm saying? And now, but the product is done. You know what I'm saying? The museum is there. They might use it for renting it out, catering, this, that, and the third. You know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it's done. You see what I'm saying? Umar still hasn't got it done yet. Now, brother, you gotta get it done, or just cancel the shit all the way through and through, because people gonna fuck with you because they gonna fuck with you anyway. It don't matter. You have a big enough following to where the point, it don't matter. It's like, you know, my cousin used to tell me this shit all the time. You know, he'll be like, yo, Jay-Z, he's like, Jay-Z and them niggas don't be spitting like that. And I'm like, nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? Nigga, them niggas still spitting that fire. I'm thinking like Jay-Z is still going hard. I'm like, nigga, what you talking about, nigga? You heard this, you heard this, you heard that? He like, at that point, Jay-Z's so big, his voice is paid for. He can literally get on the track and literally say nothing. And I didn't realize what he was saying until Lil Wayne, till I seen it happen with Lil Wayne. When I seen it happen with Lil Wayne, I was like, oh shit, that shit is real. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it got to a point, like when Lil Wayne, like Carter 1, Carter 2, when he got to the Carter 3, he was literally just saying anything on the fucking track. And especially after the Carter 3, like anything after the Carter 3, Lil Wayne was literally just talking about pretty much nothing at the end. He didn't care about the bars. He didn't care about the rhyme scheme. Like, everything was just, his voice was paid for. It didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? The craftsmanship of, you know, it didn't matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I mean with Umar. Like, Umar, bro, your voice is paid for, bro. You might as well just come out here and just let niggas know what it is as far as this goddamn school goes. Like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? And that's the main part that I want to get out. I want to get out of this situation, is just that part right there. Brother, just come out with the school, brother. Or if you're not going to do the school, then nigga just say you're not going to do the school. Or just, nigga, even if you got to lie about what the fuck happened with the school, or you lost the school, you lost the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Because other than that, it's just looking like this is some kind of money laundering kind of situation where you're just taking people's money, brother. And you're not planning on doing shit with the school unless you're forced by the government to do something or with the school or not. You know what I'm saying? Because, brother, it's been 10 years. It don't take you that long to collect enough money. You already got the property. You know what I'm saying? You already got the school and you got the property, brother. It does not take that long to fucking, you know, clean the fucking school, clean the yards, and get the vacuum and all that shit done. It don't take that long, brother. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my thing about it. You know what I'm saying? And then you want niggas to do this shit for free. You know what I'm saying? You want niggas who's getting well, who's you know, into HVAC and into custodians and teachers. You want these motherfuckers to come to your school and work for free. Brother, you're not going to find that. It's not going to happen. You're selling people a fucking dream, brother. You know what I'm saying? So, and now you're out here talking about you need bread. You know what I'm saying? And you want people to send, people will send you, I'm pretty sure niggas going to send this nigga bread. And like I said, I'm not counting nigga pockets. And yeah, my bad. But yeah, I'm not telling people not to send a nigga, not to send a man no money. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to do what y'all want to do because that's what y'all going to do. And y'all want to support the brother. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But brother, where the school at though? You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm kind of at it with this shit. Like, bro, where the school at, bro? You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Come out and see what's going on, because now you're out here just asking niggas for money and shit. Like, this is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
In my life, I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I've only asked you to donate to the FDMG Academy for Boys. I don't have any sons. I have 2 daughters. So the FDMG campaign is a selfless project, mission, and service to provide our boys with the education that they deserve. But right now, I don't have any money because my account was frozen by my bank because someone has been trying to hack into my account, hack into FDMG Academy account. So the FDMG Academy account is frozen. My personal account is also frozen. That means we're going to lapse on our utility bills. We're going to lapse on our internet bill. We're going to lapse on a lot of our bills at FDMG. The bank is not giving me a timeline as to when this situation is going to be resolved. If I don't have Cash App, nor does FDMG.
So the bank must be some kind of investigation going on, because other than that, if somebody try to fraud your account, brother, you know, they fix that kind of quickly. You know what I'm saying? I've had little situations happen like that. Brother, the banks don't take that long to fucking, to find out what the fuck is going on. It's very simple math, especially if somebody with like a business account or somebody even a personal account. But let alone a business account, brother, they're gonna be on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna be on top of that. You know what I'm saying? But personal, like, come on, brother. Like you're under investigation. That's what I think is personally might be going on with Dr. Umar Johnson. The government might actually be investigating this nigga. I think what's going on with Dr. Umar Johnson, the government might be actually investigating this nigga. I think the government might be investigating this nigga. I had to pull a Dr. Umar real quick. You know what I'm saying? They might be investigating this nigga for real. You know what I mean? They like, all right, hold up. Somebody been ratting them out, and it's got to be the women. It's got to be the women the nigga dealing with. They looking to take this nigga down. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. The women in this nigga life, and the women he probably done fucked over and scammed, they looking to take this nigga down. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably a bunch of them. So he don't even know who it is. He got so many women mad at his ass. He don't know where the shit coming from. He claiming it's the big girl and shit, but it may not be her. You know what I'm saying? It might be somebody else. I personally might think it might be that woman that called them folks on your ass. It might be that woman you got that $5,000 out of. You know what I'm saying? Or 10,000 or whatever the case may be. Because like I said, she was super passionate when she started talking about that bread. You know what I'm saying? And she had a lot of love for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? And allegedly you fucked this woman over and then try to sue her on top of that. Yeah, brother. You know what I'm saying? Hell has no fury like a scorned woman. You know what I'm saying? And that woman seemed like she was very scorned, okay? So she was really coming for this nigga. And then she might have called them folks on him. You know what I'm saying? And, that's what I personally think might be happening. You know what I'm saying? The nigga might be under investigation more than just some kind of somebody trying to tap into this nigga's account and get some money out of it. Like, they'll fix that fast. That's not really nothing at the end of the day. It is what it is. But anyway.
You have Cash App. I do not have a Cash App. I only have Apple Pay and PayPal. If you can spare a few dollars, send it to my Apple Pay, 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858, or my PayPal, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist. Although Leo season is off to a rocky start,
And let me say this real quick. Shout out to all the Leos out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fellow Leo myself. You know what I'm saying? Birthday coming up in a few weeks. I said the birthday coming up in a few weeks. I said the birthday coming up in a few weeks. And y'all niggas can hit my Cash App. I said y'all niggas can hit my Cash App. I said y'all niggas can hit my Cash App. Shout out to the Leos out there. You know what I mean? Shout out to Leo season. You know what I mean? So shout out to all the Leos out there. But anyway, let me let this nigga keep going.
Start, brothers and sisters. We will overcome. Shout out to all my donors. Newark, New Jersey, I'ma see you. Nat Turner, I'ma see you. Mobile, Alabama, I'ma see you. New Orleans, Louisiana, Hurricane Katrina, I'ma see you.
All right, but so anyway, he's going on his shout out tour. But anyway, like I said, y'all brothers still want to support Umar, that's fine. I'ma still be a distant supporter of Umar Johnson, because I do think a lot of the game that he be kicking, it be real shit. The only shit I don't agree with the nigga is this back to Africa shit, because nigga, we ain't never been to Africa, nigga. We ancient Americans, nigga. We originally from here. What are you talking about, fam? You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, but that's my only disagreement with Dr. Umar Johnson and him talking about, brothers playing in the snow. You know what I'm saying? Look, brother, I'm gonna play in the snow. I'm gonna play in Carmel. I'm gonna play in the Asian Persuasion. I'm gonna play in the Goddess Queen. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Yes, sir. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna do what I want to do, brother. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? The Puerto Rican, Puerto, the, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play with it all. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Yellow bone, red bone. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing with it all, brother. You know what I'm saying? Respectfully. You know what I'm saying? That's my only disagreement with Umar. But other than that, those two things. Other than those two things, I do think the brother does have a lot of knowledge, and the brother does. He's very motivational as well too. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of great things. Everybody's not perfect. You see what I'm saying? So some people gonna have they bullshit about them. It is what it is. But if there's more things that you could benefit out of that, you have to take the bittersweet kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna run into the perfect wife. You're not gonna run into the perfect husband. It's just not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? This is not a perfect world. You know what I'm saying? So everything has its balance at the end of the day, and you need balance. You see what I'm saying? Everything needs a yin and a yang. You see what I'm saying? And it is what it is. But anyway, don't get mad at me, man. I just got to tell like it is, man. So shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get up here and make it seem like I was clowning the brother, because that's not what I meant or was meaning about this shit. I just want the brother to go ahead and come out with what's the deal about this fucking school, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because you're looking like you're frauding at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to see you looking like you frauding. You know what I'm saying? I want to be right about this nigga at the end of the day. And like I said, brother, if you fall short from the glory of getting this school done, people still gonna fuck with you, brother, because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people fail at things, but that don't mean that, you know, our life is done. You know what I'm saying? You tried to do something, whether you're getting blocked or whether you're getting, whether you're frauding the people for real. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, brother. We all fall short from the glory sometime. And, it is what it is. Kobe not going to make every shot. Michael Jordan didn't make every fucking game winner. He missed game winners, but he still might. You know what I'm saying? He still might, nigga. You know what I'm saying? He's still the GOAT. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, brother. You know what I mean? Motherfucking Tom Brady ain't win every goddamn Super Bowl. He took some L's, you know what I'm saying? At the biggest moments, you know what I'm saying? Only nigga the motherfucker who ain't never let us down is Pretty Boy Floyd, aka Money Mayweather. That's the only nigga who ain't motherfucking. That's the only nigga who ain't let us down. You know what I'm saying? It's Floyd Money Mayweather. The only time, well, actually, I can't even say that, because Floyd has let us down outside the ring, okay? Floyd has let us down outside the ring, you know what I'm saying? I will say that, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. Other than that, motherfuckers, everybody, nobody's perfect, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect, man. It is what it is. But anyway, Tell Like It Is TV. Shout out to all the Leos. You know what I'm saying? It's Leo season out here. We turning up. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get that energy right. You know what I'm saying? Get your energy right. Stay out of this bullshit. We're gonna get into some politics. I've been trying to stay out of the politics shit, but we're gonna talk about my boy, my light-skinned nigga Donald Trump. Yeah, we gotta get into it, dog. We gotta get into it, man. You know, we gotta put a little fire to Trump, because Trump out here bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Now, I do like a lot of things Trump been doing. But I haven't been talking about politics for at least a few months. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely gonna get back into Donald Trump and talking about, the Epstein list and all this whole other shit going on. There's been a lot of great things happening with the economy and things like that. But we got to talk about Donald Trump, the Elon Musk situation. I'm glad he got rid of that hoe ass nigga Elon. Elon Musk is a weirdo. I've been telling y'all this shit for a minute, and I don't understand why Trump ain't see that shit. Like, damn, nigga, you ain't see. It took you for y'all niggas to have a falling out to understand this nigga was a weirdo. I've been telling this nigga he a weirdo. You know what I'm saying? Any nigga talking about putting chips in a nigga brain and shit like that, like, bruh, you a weirdo, dog. You know what I'm saying? Any nigga talking about putting chips in a nigga brain, dog, like is a straight weirdo to me. You know what I'm saying? That's weirdo activity. You know what I'm saying? To where the point you want to play God and shit, bro. Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? I don't play around like that. Everybody has his time, and when your time comes, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. Motherfuckers talking about they want to live forever and all this whole other shit. Like, you know, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? I can't fuck with that. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just like goddamn food. Food has an expiration date. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to be eating some food that doesn't get spoiled? That doesn't go bad? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to be eating some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Because we already technically are. You know what I'm saying? It's called McDonald's. And I'm no different. You know what I'm saying? I just had a daily double the other day. You know what I'm saying? So, I got to cut that shit out. I try to stay away from fast food as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? I try to make my own food as much as I can. But sometimes your boy going to eat that forever shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit that never goes bad. You know what I'm saying? And that's McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? If for those that don't know, McDonald's food does not go bad. You can literally leave McDonald's food out and it won't it won't spoil, it won't rot, it won't mold, nothing. You know what I'm saying? That shit gonna stay there. If you, like I said, all you gotta do is look at the videos up on YouTube, look them up. The super size me and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It is what it is. None of this shit goes bad, you know what I mean? So, it is what it is. But anyway, Tell Like It Is TV. Shout out to day one. Shout out to new ones, man. Make sure they hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to donate, the links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button is, that's right, y'all. The like button is free. Anyway, Tell Like It Is TV. We out of here, y'all.